Welcome back everyone, Zeke here for another quick My Thoughts on video. Today we're looking at Divinity Original Sin, which is a much loved role-playing game that blends deep customization and humour with dynamic turn-based combat. Created by Larian Studios, Divinity Original Sin is available to play both online co-op, split-screen co-op, as well as on your own as you take advantage of a classless RPG system to create your heroes and conquer the evils of Rivellon in your own unique way. You embark upon a journey with up to 3 companions as you bend the very fabric of time, where what seems like the case for simple murder unravels into hours of quests, facing fiendish foes, magical polymorphs, and dastardly bosses. As a source hunter, you master the elements and use the environment to your advantage, in dynamic combat mixing weather and magic to explode, poison, electrifies, freeze, and burn your enemies. While Divinity starts off slow, which can prove a little frustrating in the early hours, when you sort of learn the ins and outs of the game's complex mechanics and systems, and sure, the introductory dungeon and an array of tooltips and hints during loading screens teach you the basic. Quite early on, Original Sin forces you to confront the consequences of your actions, and this can make you feel invested in the party from the beginning and throughout the lengthy campaign of around 60 to 80 hours depending on your first playthrough. While you start with skills from specific classes, for example magic or melee, character progression is fully flexible, and as such there are plenty of ways to turn the tide of battle. The greatest of these being the interface between elements, in which you could easily cast fire on oil slicks to damage opponents over time, or cast lightning on water to zap and paralyze those standing within it, both enemies and foes. The best thing about this is whatever you can do to the enemies, they can sure do back to you. So if you do happen to control the elements and freeze them, they can certainly turn the tide back on this. As I said, with regards to this, your average first playthrough of Divinity Original Sin can be around anywhere between 40 to 80 hours depending on optional quests, and I certainly felt like these weren't too long. They really did make me feel invested and make me want to sort of go through and do every single optional side quest I can do, even if it was just for the extra XP or for the allure of exploring a dungeon or defeating a boss or an enemy I had yet to come across. While there is some issues with Divinity Original Sin, for example their inconsistent difficulty, lack of overall direction going from one area or one boss to another, as well as some glitchy quests that I came across through my 90+ hour playthrough, there is some absolutely wondrous things of Divinity that makes me want to keep going back for more. This is deep storytelling, an immersive classless RPG system, the absolutely fantastic way that the elements create and go with absolutely everything, the way that it's sort of tactical in its approach, the brilliant combat system, the invested story, the narrative, it never feels too loose, too open, and you really do feel like you are part of this collective, as well as the ability to approach any situation in your way. You can sneak up to enemies and try and get a sneaky shot in, you can build a tank character and just charge in all guns blazing, or you can pick them off from afar using magic or archers. It's completely up to you. As I can say, the campaign does go on for quite some time, and at no point does this seem too rushed, neither does it seem too sort of long and taxing. While I would have probably had more direction in regards to sort of where you're going, or the difficulty curves that can sometimes appear, especially with no warning when you enter a new area, you don't know whether or not to go left and face easier enemies, or go right and face a boss that you're totally and willfully unprepared for. That is the joy of Divinity. Through it you will make mistakes, but you learn from these and come back stronger and ready to take on everything that Rivellon has to offer. Additionally on this, all the characters that you get to play as are both unique and bountiful, and you have a whole range of skills in order to upgrade them to exactly how you want to. So there we have it, a quick my thoughts on video then of Divinity Original Sin. If you've played it, I would like to hear your comments in the comments section below, and of course, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to leave a like, comment, share and subscribe, and stay tuned for all my newly released videos. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, have a lovely day.